Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Two Bad Decisions. I'm Laur,
And I'm Han.
and today we're here with our first ever guests,
Woo,
Hannah and
woo.
Mariel. Woo!
Hi.
Hello.
So Hannah and Mariel are our friends from New York, and we were just like a cute little friend group for a semester while they were there. And yeah, so how are you guys? How are we doing today?
It's hard to know what day it is. Saturday.
Just like full force, like existential.
It's been rough. I mean, I'm glad it's October 3rd, like Mean Girls reference, right?
Yeah, it's a
I
good
forgot
day.
about that.
Yeah, September was not kind, and October September had its shiny moments like Laura's birthday and stuff, but I got so many speeding tickets. I'm not proud. It was the first time I got a speeding ticket and not the last time. Little did I know.
That was so bad, dude. I think you called me after like both.
Yeah. Well, the first time I like ran out of gas also, like after. So, and then I got towed later. So it's just too much.
First
Absolutely.
hand witness of Mariel's baby driver-esque driving. She like speed drove her sister to the airport one time, and it was really scary.
Dude, you'd be like FaceTiming me, and you look like very relaxed. You're like, yeah, I'm going like 90, and I'm like, what?
I feel like this explains everything we've ever said about Mariel on the podcast.
No, I think we've explained you really poorly, but it's because you're just like a multifaceted woman. There's a lot going on up there. But anyway,
that's good. Good.
But Hannah, what's up with you? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to get into the spooky season. So we watched Coraline the other night, which was good. And then I went Halloween decoration shopping today with my roommates, and we literally bought nothing because it was all too expensive. But we did get cheese spray and crackers and a laundry basket. So not really Halloween stuff, but it was good.
But the essentials,
The essentials: cheese dip, cheese spread.
Amazing. How are you, Laur?
Sorry, I had a little bug in my throat, but
Excellent.
sorry. But yeah, I've been doing good. I saw my dog today. Well, like my grandma's dog, but like my dog. And we went to the park. I got her a pup cup from Dairy Queen, which was cool. Yeah, and she would not leave this little girl at the park like alone. And she was like teasing her as she was walking like in front of us. So of course, like she wants to go hang out with this little girl. And like her dad eventually had to be like, you gotta stop it, bro. Like this poor dog is just like choking. She's like, because this little girl's like tempting her. She's like, doggy. I'm like, cut it out.
Oh no.
When you first said that she was harassing her at the park, I thought you meant that your grandma was harassing a little girl at the park.
Amazing. No, yeah, Laura and I were talking last night for like an absurdly long time, and she told me about how her dog like likes coffee.
Yeah.
And
is that not a normal thing? Like if your dog
No.
If you gave your dog like something sweet, like you put a lot of creamer in something, like when your dog won it,
No, my dog hates the smell. She's like, what is that?
She loves it. She tries to drink it. She tried to drink mine this morning because I came over early to watch her because my grandparents were going to like visit my grandma's sisters or whatever. She tried to drink my coffee. I was like,
oh my God. That's insane.
She also likes like frappes from McDonald's. Like if you get like the car, she'll try and lick it. Like
ew. I feel like that's not good.
Probably not. Like, but she's getting old and she's doing fine.
Amazing. Well, yesterday I got my flu shot, and it was like a drive-through, and we sat in the car for like an hour in this long line, and then I stuck my arm out the window, and she was like, "Okay, you're good," and I left. It was such a weird experience, and it was like I haven't spoken to like people I don't know for a long time, so I was just like very confused. And she's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "What?"
Oh, you knew your flu shot lady.
No, I did not know my flu. She was just like being friendly, and I didn't know how to cope with it. So
like, was she like a friend from high school?
No.
I was confused.
Got my flu shot from like the popular girl in high school. She was having a.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's really like the nurse stereotype, isn't it?
Oh my god, yeah. Like not what is it? It's like not all popular. No, not all nurses are popular girls, but all popular girls are nurses.
Do you get
Anyways.
nauseous
Education
from
major.
needles?
No, I don't get nauseous from needles. I was like thrilled
Mm.
after. I got like a shot of like
What?
adrenaline. I was like,
Yeah.
woo!
No, I like it.
You're
Oh
the
my God.
mechanical pencil person.
Oh no, that's if anyone's word, it's over
That was
right
me.
now. I hated those people.
No, that was me, dude. I was like, guys, look, jabs it into my arm. Like
I hate that. We're not podcast over. I hate it. It would make me feel sick to my stomach. And then people would do it in front of me on purpose, or they do that thing where you take a needle and you push it through like your hand, like the dead skin on your hand.
Okay, well no, I'm not like that.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. They would do it in front of me because like I hated it. And yeah, now I hate the mechanical pencil kids.
Interesting. Wow, good check-in, guys. So we have we have a long list of questions for Hannah and Mariel. And the first like section that we have has to do with college. Now, Hannah is out of college, which is a crazy. I don't know, can't really comprehend that, but it's the truth. But first question, just wondering, what were you guys like as freshmen?
Oh no.
I thought I was cool, but really I was annoying. Like retrospectively, like looking at pictures and videos from that time in my life, I like realized that I was annoying, but at the time I didn't know that I was. I was like trying to be cool going into college, but then I feel like sophomore and junior year I like mellowed out a lot more, which is way better than I started.
Wow.
Yeah,
How
I
about
think
you?
a lot of nervous energy. I was optimistic and wide-eyed and energized, and then now I'm kind of jaded. But
Fuck you, Matt.
You okay today? You seem like you're about to like end it all. Like
it's just been
I'm like concerned.
I just came out of like a 7-hour Zoom call, so I'm tired. But
I understand.
I don't know. It's just funny to think about all of the things that I thought when I was a freshman and how different I ended up turning out, because like I was undeclared, so I thought I was going to be an engineering major, and that's
Oh
like
my god.
further from the truth as a communication major. So I just like had thought all of these things, and then some of them were true, but most of them were not. And it's all good.
Why do you think you were going into engineering? Did you have like an interest in it, or did it just like sound cool?
I think it just sounded cool. And my parents were both engineers, and I was like decently good at calculus. So I was like, oh, well, it only makes sense to.
I cannot relate.
To plan the rest of your life and career based on how decent you were at calculus.
Crazy. Dude, that's interesting. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was wondering how, like, when did you know like what you wanted to major in? Like the one that like you settled on?
I mean, it took just like a bunch of different, like, I don't even know English.
So my parents were like, I think trying to like tell me that I was not meant for acting without saying that I wasn't meant for acting. You know, like what parent can be like, oh, you're not good at this. Like, please don't do this as a profession sort of thing. But I don't know, like my junior and senior year, I had an interest in like film. I would just make little short films with friends and stuff. And then my parents, I feel like, really encouraged that because they were like, this is a better career path than what we've seen out of your acting experience so far. Not in a mean way, but it's true. Like I enjoyed doing it, but I definitely like could not have made a living doing acting or anything. So
wow.
I always feel like you were like, you're secretly really good at it.
Like in my head, I have video proof that shows otherwise.
Wow, that's so hard for me to like picture Hannah like not being Hannah, you know? That's a weird image to me.
Yeah.
Wow. Or do you want to pick another question?
Oh, yeah. Mine are more like after college, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really, I guess I didn't ask that much about your college experience, but Han had that covered. I had two separate ones for each of you. So the first one was for Hannah, which is, do you miss being in college? Like, if you could do like one more year, would you? If it were free. Like,
yeah, the free part.
Yeah.
I would say, like, in a social sense, yeah, like, I really miss being like physically so close to my friends because we all lived in like apartments around campus, so it was like cool to be able to walk down the street and like hang out with your friends. And like, I don't know, the social aspect was like probably the best part for me. The classes, like at a certain point I felt like I was a little bit over it. Like I was like freelancing in addition to class, and I had to take a lot of like required media studies classes, which were like getting really irritating because it was like bad tenured professors. So I think like towards the end I was like done with the class part, but yeah, I miss like friends in the social aspect for sure.
Interesting. How do you think you function like outside of the structure that school gives you?
I mean, it helps to have like a 9 to 5 job, honestly, because that gives me like a new structure. Like it feels like my day is built around that. But I don't know. I was planning on doing freelance before the pandemic, and I don't know that that would have been as structured. I think that would have been a little more chaotic. But for right now, it's very structured because pandemic and like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday work schedule.
Interesting.
What would you prefer? Like if you could say you made like equal amounts of money at like both, would you prefer structure or would you prefer freelance?
Do I get like consistent money with freelance? Is that an
you
option?
make the same amount.
Probably freelance. I feel, I don't know, it can become like a little bit monotonous. Oh my god, that was not a word. Monotonous. Like doing like the 9 to 5 thing. Like I feel kind of like I'm living the same day over and over and over again. But
oh god, yeah,
it's like it's I think it's because of the pandemic, because I like go home and can't really do much of anything else. So I think it'll be better like once I'm not like confined to my house outside of work. But yeah, probably freelance. I feel like I could probably like travel and do more stuff if I was doing freelance.
Exciting. Yeah.
And then mine for Mariel was, how do you feel about being like at the end of your college experience? Like, are you ready or
ready? I just don't really know what to expect. I mean, it's just like a thing that will happen. It still feels like I still feel disconnected or just detached to the idea of graduating. It's kind of like you guys know that you're going to graduate soon, but it's like, it's going to happen one day. It's like, I don't think I'll really feel it until the spring or whatever, but with classes, yeah, I feel kind of ready. Like I'm ready to, because I've when we were in New York, I was mostly interning, barely taking classes, and so it's a different grind when you're like working and then you can like just stop at like 5 and then just like go home and not work. I mean, that was back when there was a sharper divide between work and home stuff. But then with like school, I'm just like not good at like school, because then I'm just like, I should just like keep taking notes for something, or like I should just like keep studying or something. I'm obviously not a Ravenclaw, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely, it's hard for me to do the school part, but I don't think I'm ready, in all honesty. Wow. But it'll be, I don't know, I'm not ready for like the emotional part of it and just like the transitioning into the next like life kind of like deep stuff. But like, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be like, nope, not ready, and then it won't happen. Like it's gonna happen. So yeah, I guess I'm ready in that regard.
I feel like you guys are both like, I don't know, prepared people. I just feel like I can easily see you both like going off to work now, and you're just like, I imagine Mariel like in a full suit like every time in my brain. Like I don't like I can't.
You guys think we're prepared, but we're also just like two balloons like flying without being held down.
Oh my god, that's literally Laura's whole existence. I feel like you're a balloon and I'm always holding onto it.
You're just like, you're desperately trying to like weigh me down with like a sandbag or some shit. I'm like,
Wow,
Oh my
amazing.
god. Is that all the ones we had for college? I felt like we had more.
I think that's the gist of it. Like group dynamic and friendship questions. So I would really love to
boy.
know, what were your first impressions of us and how
Oh,
does that
gosh.
contrast with how you see us now?
How did I not expect this to be the question today?
Dude, you're giving me like very much like existential dread, like very much like freaking the
No,
out. Like
I don't mean to
Using
be
it
like.
with you today.
Am I being? Oh my god! I did not mean to.
no, like in a good way. It's fine.
I love it. I've never seen. I mean, I guess I have, but never like this.
I feel like I'm always like this. Am I? Is it like a different version of myself?
Yeah,
that
yeah. It's slightly like
You,
you know,
yeah.
like
Hannah like aggressively
at, like,
nods.
the party right now. I take your keys. Like
Well, this is like your like angsty, like I saw this version of you in New York when you were like, I don't know, like at the end of your rope, you're just like, that's like your mood today.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to lighten up. Okay,
No,
Hannah,
it's
you wanna answer the question?
Me?
Yeah, the impressions
Can
thing.
you repeat the question?
So the question is, what were your first impressions of us, and how does that contrast
Oh,
with how you see us
okay.
now?
So should I start with Mariel since I met her first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we were random roommates for our New York program. And the first time we ever met was at a Starbucks. And
That's not
I
true.
we met at the meet and greet, but I didn't know you were my I didn't know
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were my
yeah.
roommate. The
Yeah,
first
we
time met.
mostly met at the Starbucks, but
Okay, yeah. So the first time we like actually legitimately talked and like already knew we were roommates was at the Starbucks. And I thought she was like really funny slash motivated because I started to like freak out internally because I remember she showed me like an Excel spreadsheet of like 80 internships she had applied to.
Oh
And I had
God.
applied to like 5 or 6 at that point, and I was like, oh no. But yeah, I remember we just like really hit it off. Like I felt really excited about New York after we met up for the first time. I don't know. I think I thought that she was a little bit more like imagine like angel like halo above her, you know what I mean? Like I just imagine like this very like sweet perfect angel child.
Mhm.
And then I feel like the Mariel I know now is like she has like a very like crazy chaotic side that I like didn't see at first. Yeah, that like wasn't my first impression at all, but I've seen like a lot of sides of Mariel now. Like I feel like
Mhm.
I've seen like her like stress side and like spazzy side and like really goofy side. I don't know. She's just a lot deeper than like angel child that I first imagined, which
you
was
were wrong.
incredible.
The
Incredible.
Parmesan coming out of my
Wait,
trunk
that was the
the
first taste.
indication
That
that
was the
I'm not a
no,
normal person.
Okay, so after we had like this very like formal like yes, nice to meet you new roommate, we were like walking out to our cars and she like goes to unzip her backpack to get her keys out and I just see a giant container of Parmesan cheese in her backpack.
It's not even
And I
like
was
normal size. It's the big
it was like
one.
one of the jumbo like Costco ones, like it was huge. And I was like, why?
I don't
that was
even
the
think I
first-
noticed until
Oh
you
my
like
God.
pointed. I felt like the vibe, but I was like, oh wait, there's something wrong. I need to explain something.
No, I thought it was really funny. Honestly, that made me like you even more. I thought it was hilarious. Should
I
we
love
like
that
switch back and
story.
forth? I feel like we should like go back. I don't want to talk about
oh yeah, should we all do Mariel and then
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh
can all
my
do
God.
Mariel.
Oh
Amazing.
gosh.
So, Mariel, okay, my first impression, I was very determined. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna hate this bitch. Like, I was like,
You thought.
I was like, this, like her mom met my dad in the lobby of our building, and then her mom was like, go be friends with that girl. And I was like, oh my God, absolutely not. I was like, this is not gonna happen to me. This is not the day. And you guys, like, you and Hannah knocked on my door. And I was just like in my room, I don't know, being alone and like just like, you know, that thing when you like think you're doing shit, but like you're just like sitting there staring at a wall. Like that's what I was doing. And I like opened it and I think I came off as like really like pissed off because I was kind of feeling like, you knocked on my door, get out of here. What? And you guys just like you guys were just nice. And I honestly interpreted both of you. I was like, oh, they're just nice. And I have like a thing against people who are just like nice. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I'm just like, your personality trait can't be that you're nice. And that's who I thought you were. But then I came to discover that you're both like not, you just have like a lot going on. And I like really enjoy that. And I didn't realize I was signing up for like, I don't know, with Mariel, you have like all sorts of like really weird energy. Like, and it's like there's like a sort of chaos to it, but it's not comparable to like Laura's chaos, you know? Like it's completely different. Like,
Yes.
like Laura's is like a black hole, but like you're like you just feel like
A balloon in the air.
I guess. I don't know. You feel like a goddamn like I don't know. It's just like weird. But like I really enjoy it. And I just found all sorts of like just like weird like quirks to your personality when I thought like you were just like I guess that's an everybody thing. Like you just think people are a lot more simple than they are. But yeah, you just have a lot going on all the time.
There's
and
a
I
lot
really
to
enjoy
unpack.
it.
There's a lot to
Yeah,
unpack
there's always a
there.
lot to unpack. But I like look forward to it every day. I'm like, what are we going to unpack today? Yeah.
So I met Mariel when we were going on an EHS building trip to S'moresburg because there was like this like food festival or something. And I can't remember how she introduced. I don't think she did introduce herself at first. I think she just started talking to me about I think Timothy Chalamet was first. Maybe Harry Styles. We talked about both of them, but like, you know, one of them was introduced first. And I did not get a read on Mariel the first time I met her. I remember two very distinct moments, and one was when I like was eating and I realized she was recording me, and I was like, what?
Oh no.
Because I didn't know that she was like, she makes like these like little videos and stuff. And I just like was very like, what's happening? And then the other time was when I had like a chicken and waffle cone, and it had like some sauce on it, and I got too close to Mariel, and it like got on.
Oh no!
It got on my shirt or in your shirt? I forgot about that.
It was your shirt, and I was like, she was just like, it's okay, like it's like really casual about it. I was like, I just changed your shirt. Like,
oh my god!
I think about that a lot. That was, I honestly, I don't know. I thought she was younger than she was. I thought you were about like 18, 19. Well, to be fair, you were 19, but you were turning 20. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's all I got from Mariel from the first read. And now I know she's like.
Okay, Mariel.
I still don't have a read on her actually.
Self-awareness moment.
So Mariel,
what was it like when you met Mariel?
What was my impression of myself? Still trying to figure that out. My impression of Hannah?
Hannah, yeah.
Well, I remember when we met at the UT New York orientation thingy, mostly because I guess always have a lot of nervous energy. But when we were there, I was just like really excited for the program, and there was like cheesecake, or I don't know, they had like New York stuff, and people were just like, I don't know, it felt like an elevated thing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to meet all these fancy UT people that got accepted into this program. I'm going to make so many friends. We're going to like bond in New York. And I went, and like, I was like, you just like stand in like one of the random tables. And I did. And I don't remember you don't sit on, wait, it's a standing table.
Yeah, it was like a tall table.
Yeah, that. You don't stand on top of the table. And I don't remember when Hannah showed up, but I just remember I felt like I was blabbering and like talking like a lot about just like how excited I was for the program and stuff. And there were like this was like one girl that was just like, she was just like, aren't we just like gonna go to New York and like go our separate ways? And I was like, I was just like, what do you mean? This is a collective bonding ritual experience, and we're gonna frolic and have our montage scenes together. But I was super nervous energy. But anyway, despite all of that, I just remember, I think, Hannah being there and just like her energy there, because like I felt like I feel like I have like there are certain people that I know that are just like really chill and I feel comfortable being like super nervous and awkward around. And I just remember Hannah being one of those people that I could just be super awkward around and she could take it.
And dude, it's because I'm also awkward.
Because like I would like say random crap and then and Hannah would just be like I don't know, she just like have like her eyes were just like I know you soul to soul.
Dude,
I
remember the moment that I met you. Actually, I do remember like how we ended up at the same table. It's because I was really nervy and I didn't know anyone, and like I saw you talking to other people, and I was like, oh, that table like looks friendly. And I remember kind of like awkwardly waddling up with my plate of pizza, and I was like, hey, is it okay if I stand here? And you guys were like, yeah.
Yeah. But then we met later. I found out that she was my roommate, and I DM'd or group meet her.
Yeah.
And then and then we met at Starbucks, and it was really chill. Again, I was super nervous and showed her all of my internship stuff and like plans for like the room and like a whole bunch of things. I like made like documents and stuff, and I was so excited, but I was mostly just nervous about like everything. And then I was like I feel like I was a little overbearing because I was like, oh my God, like we're like gonna be roommates, and you have like Ravenclaw rising Hufflepuff energy, and I have Hufflepuff rising Ravenclaw energy, and we're destined to like. I was too much, but
dude, no, it made me feel better. It made me feel less nervous because I was also excited. So your energy, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, but it was really chill. And then we just like just like to echo what Hannah said about just getting to know the different sides of Hannah and how people are actually more complicated than you think that they are. Like, I'm really glad that Hannah was my roommate. There couldn't have been anyone else in that program that would have been a greater fit. And I feel like in another life I would have been like an RTF majors, and I just like geek out about like what she does too. So it's like it just worked out. Like so chill.
Amazing. My impression of Hannah was like, I thought you were like shy or something, but it actually just turns out that you're like incredibly chill. Like you're not shy. Like you're not like in fear. Like I thought there was like a fear-driven aspect. But you're like, nah, you're like totally cool. And like, I don't know, you just have like a very comforting presence. I feel like you diffuse like any level of like chaos that is like around you. Like in it, like, because I think we all carry our own little like, I'm gonna explode, and you're like, it's okay. And you're like, you know, moving the wires and shit, like real quiet. You just like have a very comforting presence. I don't know how else to explain it. I just feel very like, I'm just like, okay. There's some people like where I'm like, where something's about to happen, and like I still feel like that with you, but it's like it also feels like I can like take a breath, you know? And there's like not a lot of people like that. And it's just like a very comforting feeling.
Damn.
I have to agree. I think Hannah like just feels safe, if that makes sense. And when I first met you, I like, I don't know, you felt like so like put together and like mature and just like, I don't know how to explain. Maybe it's just me projecting because I was like, she's a senior, like she's so like
dude, I still don't know what I'm doing.
Just like so excited. I mean, I guess I was really excited to be friends with both of you because I was like, they're older, like they're like they know things, like, and so I was really excited about it. I still feel the same way like when I like first met you, but no, one of the moments that like, because I like have like these little moments I think with each of you that made me realize like I really liked you. And Mariel's was when I literally the first day I met her and I fucking got mustard or whatever it was on her shirt, and she was like. But I think Hannah's, there was this, we've told the story on the podcast, but there was this lady on the subway who was like passed out or whatever, and for some reason it like really upset me because she was like, I can't even remember why it upset me so much, but I remember I just started like crying, and like Hannah was like, it's okay, bleep. Melanie was like, yeah, I would have just left her there. And like, but that's when I realized I liked Hannah because she's like, I got you. So our next question is, if you had to place each of us into like a movie cliche, what categories would we be in and why?
I have an answer.
This one.
I think Laur is like perfectly built to be the manic pixie dream girl of any movie. Like I just really think like she's like I think she has the capacity to be like a girl that's like written by a man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like some like shitty ass like.
I would be a woman in a Stephen King novel, and I'm like kind of mad at it.
Or like you're the one with like your feet out on Quentin Tarantino's new movie. Like I'm trying to think
I could
of,
also see her as like so she's not the mean girl, but if she were to like play a character in a movie, I feel like she could be like the badass mean girl that's like you.
I do
You
see
know what I
that.
mean?
I do see it for her.
That's so
Like,
funny
that's
because
not
I
how
was
you are,
bullied in middle school.
You just have like the badass, like confident energy that I feel like you're not that character, but you could play that character.
Thank you. It's a facade.
Amazing. It's, I think I see Hannah in like, you know, like those like the really poor interpretations of like what a film major is. And there's just like this one girl and she's like discussing the plot of a movie with like five
Oh
guys.
no.
And that's like and it's like
I'm
actually
gonna bust out my cinema camera.
they're like they always have that one scene of like film majors arguing about something about a movie, and it just like sometimes I'm just like, what is happening? Like it doesn't make any sense, but I think I see you there.
I think I have like very strong opinions about this one. I think
Okay.
if she was written like in a like poorly written in a movie, or I guess the book was also pretty bad, you would be Alaska in Looking for Alaska by John Grisham.
Oh my no, yeah. Oh my god.
And I don't know what that like trope is, but I feel very strongly about it.
Yeah, it's like this whole like she's
She just
mysterious.
goes missing, right?
They're like, where the hell is she?
Oh yeah, that's right. And she leaves like clues and shit, and then the guy finds her, and she's like, he like says like something about like I've been looking for you, and she's like, I didn't want you to find me.
I'm
Oh,
confusing this
amazing.
with Paper Towns.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She dies in that one, I'm pretty sure. Why do all
Looking-
of John Green's women die?
I don't know. There's a lot to unpack there, but let's not get into it. I'm trying to think about for Mariel. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, Mary.
It's okay.
Oh, I also have strong opinions about this one too. So
Okay.
I originally thought, I was like, I could be this person, but now I am certain that it's Mariel. And I think I told Hannah about this. So like, there was this TikTok I saw that's like, you know, are you the villain? Are you this or whatever? But then this one girl was like, no. Are you, are you the person that like when the group meets up and they realize they need this like really specific item and they're like, oh my God, where are we gonna get this? And one of them just goes, I know where, and it flashes to Mariel and she has it.
Like you're like on the quest. You're like they have to stop at your house first. And you have some like object that like they need for
Oh.
Tell them like a long-winded story that doesn't actually like show how you got it.
I just randomly have the resources or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're, oh my god. And you're like one of those people that has like in the movie, like when you like one of those like quirky houses and there's just like shit everywhere. Like, and there's like all sorts of like like there's like things like dangling from the ceiling.
Just like your speeding tickets as decoration.
I could see it be like those characters where you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly who to call, and then they call them, and then they answer, and they're like, what? What's up? I'm busy. I'm like eating pizza or doing something like super random, and it's like you got the stuff, and it's like
You're Edna mode. You're literally Edna mode.
My haircut doesn't help.
And you're like, you know, when she's like smacking her with the newspaper, like that's
what you want. I think
I have like the side best friend energy.
I
have,
think
like,
you have like quiet girl turned lead singer energy.
Yes.
No, not rags to riches. I hate that.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wait, I'm imagining you as like Demi Lovato, like having the confidence at the end of Camp Rock, like it's real.
Dude, that scene
She's so
when
good.
they're in when they're in music class and they're like, and he's like, he wants to sing a song, and then like she's like so scared. She's like, who am I?
And then she starts belting. He's like, I can't hear you.
Energy of Camp Rock is so weird.
Awful. Han, do you want to do our next question?
So this next one is to do with the concept of personality inconsistencies, which is something that we have like heavily discussed in the past. And the idea is just like we have our personality and like set of traits that we have, but then there's just some things that we do that like can't quite explain, but it's like out of character, but we just do it, and like that is what makes up a personality inconsistency. And I'm just opening up the floor for anyone to like call out other people's personality inconsistencies or to speak on their own.
Mariel's are her speeding tickets. I'm gonna say that like last person I would expect to be just such like a fast driver, like Speedy McSpeed, road racer, like just I don't understand.
I'm irresponsible.
You are.
But you're just like so not irresponsible. That's why it's like so strange.
Yeah, that's why we're like.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I guess that makes sense. I just like my family is just like when it happens, they're just kind of like, yep. They like accepted it. Like I'm the person that makes like the most mistakes. Like I just like get in the most trouble.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's actually bad shit. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
I think mine is that like I think I'm like intolerant of like literally everybody, but for some reason I'm a chill roommate. Like I think I don't know why, but I like let a lot of things slide as a roommate. But I like hate people when they say like one word to me, like outside of my roommate, outside of my room.
With me is you let me get away with literally everything, and like you're still like, like I posted something about on my Finsta about how I messed up my hair because like I'd fried off, but I mean like she fixed it, but and Han was like, is it weird that I kind of like it? And I was like, can I do anything wrong? Like.
No, yeah, we were talking about this yesterday, and I was just like, dude, I like don't know what it is, but like for some reason you can do no wrong in my mind. Like I can't explain it. And I was telling her how like I like wish I was like lying to like to like make you feel better. Like, yeah, your hair looks good. But I was like telling the truth. Like your hair was like fried off. She was like on FaceTime, like pulling out chunks of her hair from her head. And I was like, it's kind of cute. Like I don't know why.
It sends me. I think it's so funny. Like I'm like, wow, I really like messed up, and Han's like, aw.
I don't know what it is.
I feel like Laur's is like she's a very outspoken person. Like she stands up for beliefs and stuff, but then she'll get really passive at like very random things. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'll be like McDonald's. Like she's like literally like protesting for Black Lives Matter like 2 seconds before, and then like someone will forget her fries in like a McDonald's drive-thru, and she'll be like, "It's okay, don't worry about it," and then
she's
like go
I'm so sorry. Like, no, yeah, you have like weird, like you choose weird times to have like authority issues, you know, like
Yeah. I have like really intense authority issues, but sometimes they just like I like won't speak. Like I'll be like.
That's so funny. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to think back. Because I remember like the night that we were speaking about this and like we're deciding these things, we had like gone to IHOP, I'm pretty sure. And it was like or literally like around this time, and like it was like when IHOP was starting to have like the weird like Halloween foods and shit. And like we were discussing this walking back to the subway, and I can like see it in my brain, dude.
Oh yeah.
Can I plug IHOP really quick, or like reverse plug IHOP? What is it called? Tear down IHOP for a second.
Can I burn down IHOP really fast?
I'm gonna anti-plug IHOP.
Okay.
Since it's about to be it is spooky season again, I think this is my direct message to IHOP to tell them to not do the weird purple whipped cream. I think it's disgusting and it looks so nasty in the hot chocolate. It looks toxic.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
I love it.
I can
love it so much.
That menu it was like sitting on the table where we were sitting. It's like burned into my memory. I just like can't explain. Like I don't remember anything about like anything that ever happens to me, but for some reason I remember the stupid menu, the purple whipped cream.
What's it called?
I remember the green one from the year before, the Grinch theme. I love that.
Hannah, the Tutti Frutti something.
Oh my god,
the Fruity Tutti Fresh and Fruity.
Okay. I have like a really like deep problem with that name because I refuse. I just like get really mad at restaurants that name their foods like absurd things like that, and then they're really gonna make me say that to them when I want to order them. They're like, you want me to say Rudy Tooty, whatever the fuck. I'm just like I would rather. Okay, I'm allergic to peanuts. If I had 3 options, it's like the Rudy Tooty, whatever, and then like 2 other peanut options. I will pick one of the peanut options if it's just like a normal name because I don't want to say Rudy Tooty to like anybody.
You're just like pointing to the menu.
Yeah.
Like, this one.
That's another one of your inconsistencies because you tend to speak up, but one time you drank that peanut butter milkshake at Jamba Juice because you didn't want to tell someone that you were allergic to peanuts.
It was my first day of like working at Jamba Juice, and I was like sitting in the back room, like reading like some sort of like employee book or whatever, and I was working with like one of my like friends, and he was just like really excited, and he was just being nice, and he was like, dude, like we can like make smoothies and like drink them, and he gives me like a Snickers flavored like smoothie, and it like, you know, it has like peanut butter in it, and he's like, try this, tells me what it is, like, so I know it has peanut butter in it, and I like didn't know what happened, but I just took a sip. I was like, okay, took a sip, and then I sat there with it in my mouth for 5 minutes, and then like I waited for it to be like an appropriate amount of time, and then I went into the bathroom and spit it out, and my whole tongue was like swollen.
Oh my god. Some excitement for your day.
Spice up my life. I was bored.
Oh no.
But yeah, I don't know why I did
still
that.
can't think of one for Hannah because she lives such like a chill life. Like you're like very like put together. I guess like the only thing I can think of is like the one time where you were like, hey, you want to like just dye our hair together, and it felt like very out of character for you. And
I was having a breakdown in New York. That was my coping mechanism.
I was like,
Amazing.
I don't know that that's an inconsistency. I think it was just like a moment of weakness where you let me dye your hair. Like,
I can't even think of one for myself. I know I have them and that I've thought of one before, but if I think of it later in the podcast, I'll bring it up.
Amazing. I can't wait. Does Mariel have any more?
Once Hannah said that it was me putting the toilet paper thing wrong.
Oh yeah, she's like very particular about stuff, and like we even had like a schedule for like cleaning the room, which is honestly amazing. Like I love having clean roommates, ideal situation. But so she would like have particular things about like how things were arranged and stuff, but she always put the toilet paper on like sometimes it would be backwards and then sometimes it'd be forwards, and I'd be like, do you have a preference? And she's like, no, I just toss it on there. I was like,
I don't know, it's just like when you run out, it's like you gotta replace it. So normally when I put it back, I'm just kind of like oh wait, aggressive hand gestures because people can't see.
No, yeah, that really doesn't click for me. I don't get it. I don't understand why you're like that.
Is
like,
it supposed to be a certain way? Like,
it's supposed to be like coming over, not like not the side touching the wall, like the other side.
Does it say something if you're an under person?
It means you're wrong. But I don't know.
It's like a personality inconsistency. It's just something I like viscerally hate that Mariel does. Is she eats so many pickles, and it just makes me think of it. Like Mariel's like this like perfect being to me. Like she's just kind of like above the clouds. Like I don't know how to explain it. She is my god. But like the toilet paper and the pickles just really humbled her for me, and it just felt very
I've been humanized.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, the thing that I'd hate that you do is like you put like hot sauce on your spicy chips or whatever, and you sent this like horrible picture once in our group chat, and it was like all the buildup of like the spicy on your fingers, and it was just like red, and it was so disgusting. I was like, why did you send that?
You guys also hate it when I sing before, like.
Oh my god! I forgot about. Dude, oh my.
You're the only person I know other than my father that does that, and like it's like
your dad does that.
My dad, but like for some reason with you, I'm like Mariel.
Dude, for people who don't know, she does this thing where like we're listening to music. She'll sing the line before it happens. I'm like, why are you doing that?
Before I was telling James that I was telling James to, because we were listening in the car to music, and I was like, "Hey, can you like Mariel the song?" Because he's familiar with like that I do that. And then he was doing it like half a second earlier, and I was telling him how much that you guys hate that I do that. And he was like, "Why do you do that? Like, are you just trying to prove that you know the song?" Like, you can do that while you're singing it at the same time. And I told him, like, I'm pretty sure I may have started because I was trying to prove that I knew the song, but then it just got stuck, and so that's all I can do now.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Anything that humanizes Mariel is like an inconsistency to me.
Yeah, a shock to the system, truly. Yeah.
Well, like it's hard to differentiate like personality inconsistencies with just general chaotic moments.
That's true.
That is true. Yeah.
The spicy food isn't an inconsistency though. I feel like the spicy food is very on brand because literally everything we would like pop popcorn and she'd be like, "Oh, take your share of the popcorn because I'm gonna put hot sauce on it." I was like,
Oh God.
why?
Yeah.
The regrets later.
I'm
You're like fiery shit.
Like Hannah's pretty consistent. Like,
yeah.
Good for you. You have your shit together. Like.
There's got to be stuff though.
I think there
definitely stuff.
I think there are things, but I can't think of any for me either.
I know that there are, and I just like they're gonna come to me like right after, and I'm gonna hate it.
I agree. I think that's what's gonna happen.
All caps later in the group chat, just like
sure.
I know it. I figured it out.
Well, I think we should move it on to the next question. You know.
Okay, so our next question is, what do you guys think that like Ohio or California is like? Like, where do you think I live or like Han lives?
I think Laura lives on a farm.
Just like corn and cows.
You're right about both of those things. There's a lot of that.
And trucks.
Yeah, my dad has a truck. And so does my mom's boyfriend, and so does my grandpa, and so does I don't know, like literally every man you know in like Ohio. Which flat. I find disgusting. But did you say so hot?
Is it flat?
Yeah, I imagine it to be flat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty flat. We have like hilly areas, but I don't think it's like what you guys are talking about. Like Han's, like to me, Han lives where I live, just hillier. Like if that makes sense. I'm gonna
paint the picture in my head. So okay. I'm imagining just like grass fields and like cornfields on either side, and I'm like driving down this dirt road, right? And then you get to like a stop sign, and then you look to the right and there's like a slightly paved road. It's like paved but like not quite enough, you know, like where it's still bumpy. And then you turn right down that road and you're still driving, there's lots of corn, and then there's like a bunch of little suburban houses, but they're all like really freaking far apart. Like they're all like it's not like where they're like packed close together. It's like a house, and then you drive for like 5 minutes and then there's like another house. So I'm imagining just like a road with like that, and then it like they start to get like a little closer together, like maybe you pass one every 20 seconds or something, and then there's like a house that's just looks like a normal suburban house, but like around it is corn and stuff, and then there's like one cow outside and like maybe 3 trucks, and then that's your house.
I regret so much telling you guys I lived in a small town, because like in your heads I know it's like so different. I mean, it's like suburbia, but like the houses aren't very far. I mean, they're far apart in like I imagine like California or Texas standards, but no, like we have paved roads. Like I don't live on a farm.
No, yeah, you sent me. Wow, you sent me a video once of you driving home because you wanted me to see, which was like really cute, and I was like, oh, and it was just more like there was space. It wasn't necessarily like everything was far apart, and then like the grass was very green, I remember, and like, but you also what like really threw me for a loop for some reason was like you didn't have curbs by your houses, like it was just like the road that you drive on, and then it starts like the house, and I was like, is that a thing in Texas?
No.
Like I have a curb by my house. Like you can't just like drive onto like where my house is.
Yeah, that's more of an our neighborhood thing. Like there's the neighborhood that like my middle school best friend lived in, like had sidewalks and curbs. I don't know why ours doesn't. It just doesn't.
Interesting. Yeah. What do you think California is like?
I don't know. Hilly.
Imagine, yeah.
Sunny. I mean, I've
Every
been
time-
to San Francisco.
Yeah, I live in like a suburban area. It's not necessarily hilly. It's like in a valley. So like we're not like on a hill, but it's like inside of it and you just like see like kind of like mountainy things around you. Except they're
That's
not like mountains. They just look like exaggerated hills. And yeah.
I expect more Filipino restaurants or other like restaurants and stores that are like Asian influenced.
There's a lot of Asian people where I live, but it's kind of like only where I live. It's like a weird thing that like I don't know, Bay Area in general though has a lot of stuff like that. Like I think I could count like 5 different boba places like driving distance from me right now. Like it could just go like they're everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, we
Interesting.
don't have that in Ohio. We have chain restaurants. We have a Checkers that's family run, but yeah, they're Trump supporters, so I don't like to go there anymore. They put like that big sign out. I heard rumors, but then they put the big sign out front, and I was like, all right, it was really nice knowing you. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, we just have. Do you guys have like more like, I guess like locally owned? I imagine Texas has like locally owned stuff, but like that's just in my head. I feel like.
I mean, there's lots of chains too, but there's definitely a lot of like mom and pop sort of restaurants.
Yeah, especially in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of Texas?
Big.
Big. I just imagine it being like just like really hot at all moments of the day.
Yeah, I imagine it being like pretty unbearable, like just heat wise. I imagine it being really fun though. Like I feel like it's like New York, but big and more spread out. And like there's just a lot of stuff to do, I guess, in like your guys' cities. That's how I picture it. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
With like actually like successful little like family businesses, because I just realized we do have some. They just look like really ratty and like no one really, because there's one that opened up by a Walmart, so I guess that counts.
Interesting. Is that correct, that assumption of like Texas?
Yeah, I think so. Well, hopefully, like, I mean, I know you guys were supposed to come to Austin this past summer, but hopefully that could happen anytime. We can show you around Austin when it's, you know, not everything's, well, I mean, everything's basically open in Texas anyway. So.
I know the easiest, that's pretty unfortunate, honestly. But the easiest time for y'all to come would be in the summer, but it's unfortunate because you're right about it being like unbearably hot in the summer.
Yeah,
like,
it's so hot.
July is bad.
Oh my God.
I'm always sweaty. I take like 2 showers a day because I get so sweaty if I go outside.
No, I can't deal with that. I like would absolutely go there and shave my head within the same night. Like
dude, and it's like I'm already pretty close to doing that, so that might happen.
You guys both have shaved heads.
Oh my God. Ew, why did I just got like the like mental image of me and Laura like rubbing bald heads.
Do that. If we shaved our heads, we would rub our bald heads. And you want to ask the last one?
Yeah, to wrap up, our last question is, what do you think you took away from our time together in New York?
Oh no.
Discuss.
Ooh. Okay, I used to think that it took a really long time to make friends because when I went into college, it like took like almost a full year for me to like develop my friends that I have now. I like met a lot of people, but I like wasn't actually like friends with them. But then I think y'all kind of like shattered that perception because we all got so close in like such a short amount of time. Like we were all just like hanging out constantly and like I felt like so bonded with y'all, but it was like literally like the whole duration of us being together in person was 4 months long, and that just like breaks me that it was so short.
Wow, that's crazy. That is
it doesn't feel like it was 4 months, but it was.
Yeah, it was a very short amount of time to like still be friends now.
Yeah,
I feel like New York does that too as well. Like it's just like a place to also meet like friends, to make uncanny friendships that
I think so.
Last like a while. But I also thought that the same exact thing that Hannah said, like I don't know, I didn't know what to expect, or like coming to New York and I was gonna like make actually like friends that are like so close that it's like that took like compared to some of my other friendships like years to make. It's like it happened in like months. It's like that's a thing, and it was shattered that
Wow, that's crazy. I think like on what you said about it being New York, I think that's because like New York like adds urgency to like I feel like every single thing that you do in New York is like the stakes are higher and like I think that's I don't know, that's like a half-formed thought. And I also think that like things in New York are just generally uncanny. Like there's just like random shit like on like the tiniest little street corner, you know? So then that makes it, I don't know, for me that's like, well, then why can't I just like make friends? Like why can't I just be friends with these people down my hall and like hang out with them all the time and now we're like really close. Like I don't know, it just makes a lot of things that seem like like I don't know. Like I think I have a lot urgency like when I'm not in New York. I have like less motivation to go get things and do things. And I think that's like motivated a lot of me wanting to be friends with you guys.
Yeah, it's also rough out there. Like if I tried to be in New York on my own and never like met you guys or like met anyone else and like became friends with any of my classmates, like liked my roommate, one of them, like I think I would have lost, like I would have gone back home. I would have transferred because like that it's so hard to like not have close friends in New York because like it's really like
Yeah,
just really rough and sometimes kind of shitty and everyone else seems to be doing more than you. So I think like having friends that are like also like, yeah, this is really, really hard is like reassuring.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think for me what it like our time gave me was like I mean I've had like female friendships. Like I always have. Like that's not like a new thing to me, but like I've never had like a tight knit like I feel like my other female friendships have always been like we're like best friends, but we also have other friends, but this was like a group where like we only hung out with each other and but like in a good way. And it was like and I like knew that like nobody wanted to like be somewhere else or like you had friends like other friends that you're like closer to like not that you can't have other friends, but do you know what I mean? Like it was like my first like tight knit one that felt like that. Cause like I've had like other ones, but they're like it was always like, well, we also have our other lives outside of this. But it felt like everything was like shared all the time, but like in a very good way. And I've never had that before. So that's what I got from it.
That's so wholesome. Oh, also, I think y'all are right about the like New York experiences thing. Like, I feel like when you have like really bizarre experiences with someone, it like makes you closer to them. And I feel like it was so easy to have just like surreal things happen to us, like that we didn't anticipate. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I have so many crazy stories from like our time together, and it just like made it stand out that much more.
I agree.
like we have to like it's we like go we're New York is a city that makes you feel like you need to go out and do something like all the time. And so like we were definitely like doing stuff like every other weekend, watching like a Broadway or going to the Cloisters or going to McDonald's even. Instead of like I don't or we could go to Grizzly Balls or whatever and cook something, but but it's like that. And then it's also just a city where a lot just happens like at you and like to you. So like we don't even like ask for it, but we're like dead on the subway and then a boomer will just like have to say something and then that becomes another memory, you know?
Yeah. Well, amazing. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so glad it happened, especially for like Laura and I, like we just got like extremely lucky. Like people don't just walk into college and then like make close friends. I feel like, or you don't walk into anywhere and just like make close friends.
We got and like not even just close friends, but like good friends. Like I speak about this a lot on the podcast, but I didn't have like friends like that. I was talking to Hannah about this last night, that I felt like I had actual conversations with. I was talking to Hannah about my, you know, one of my high school best friends, because I switched, I like ran through them. But like, I was like, I can't imagine what we talked about for like 2.5 years. And like, I don't know. I just like that with you guys. Like you'll like answer my dumb hypothetical questions and like, I don't know. It just felt nice. I always felt like very like safe and reassured and like, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So I think that's about it for this one. Do we have any closing thoughts? Absolutely none.
No thoughts. Brains empty, man. I got worms for brains.
Honestly, yeah. But anyways, thanks for being on our podcast. Oh my God. Woo.
Thank you guys
Cool.
for inviting us. It's been so fun. Like
Yeah.
it's very weird to like know that I'm talking on it because I've like listened to all the other episodes. So I'm like dreading having to hear my own
Oh,
voice.
gosh.
So I don't want that.
Bro,
Aw.
it's such an ego boost for me. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, wow. Like, Alicia. I don't know. I get like obsessed with myself with this thing. But yeah, it just like it felt very right that it was like you guys first, you know. It just like had to be you two first because, you know, you guys are the reason that we met. And, you know, it's just nice to know that like a year ago we were only beginning this and now like we're still friends. And it feels very reassuring to like when you get confirmation that your friends are not situational, you know?
yeah.
Because now we've been removed from it and we're still friends, so we know it's good.
Chef's
Anyways.
kiss.
But yeah, I guess we should like plug stuff, Laura.
Oh yeah. Okay, right. So I'm gonna plug our Instagrams. We have at Two Bad Decisions Pod and at Two Bad Decisions Shop. And I know we
That's
said
not it. That's not the user.
What is it?
It's like the other way. It's like shop two bad decisions.
I think I said it that way on the other podcast. No.
I don't think anyone cares, but like
I mean, it's not running yet, but like anyway, it's at shop Two Bad Decisions. My bad, guys. But yeah, hopefully we'll get it up soon. We've just been like very busy with college because it just kind of hits you like all this work you have, and you know we're gonna get there. We made the stuff. We're just trying out a new platform. And then as always, we have our resource list to click the link. And for God, no one from Ohio listens to this, but like for my Ohio voters, I believe our deadline to register is October 5th. So we're releasing this on Wednesday. Is that? Oh, that's after October 5th.
that's already after. But
Yeah.
Go back in
Well, then if
time.
you haven't registered-
so make sure you go back and no, but yeah, awesome. So with all that said, thank you guys for being on the podcast, and we'll see everybody else next week.
Yay.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Bye.